Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the modern casino. But listen, we're not here to talk about the odds on the games. Nope. We are deconstructing the hidden engineering that makes the entire building a single, highly calibrated machine. Let's get right into it. You've probably heard this one before, right? The idea that casinos are secretly pumping pure oxygen onto the floor to keep you awake and spending money. It's a great story, super dramatic, but it's just that, a story, a myth.
I mean, think about it. Pumping a highly flammable gas into a room packed with electronics and lit cigarettes. That's a recipe for a catastrophic fire. The truth of what's actually going on, above your head and beneath your feet is way more complex and honestly, a whole lot more impressive. So this is the key idea we need to wrap our heads around. A casino isn't just a room full of games. It's an engineered system. Every single square foot, every curve in a walkway, even the air you're breathing, it's all designed to solve one massive logistical problem. How do you process thousands of people and millions of dollars without anyone ever realizing they're inside a machine? Okay, so first, let's look at the blueprint itself, the actual physical layout of the casino floor. Because this is where the control really begins. For decades, casinos were all about what's known as Friedman architecture. And the goal was simple: build a maze. You had low ceilings, tall slot machines acting like walls. It broke your line of sight. The thinking was, if you can't see the exit, you'll just keep wandering and spending. But operators started to realize this also made people feel anxious, a little claustrophobic. And that led to the big shift you see today, the playground design. High ceilings, wide open spaces. It feels totally freeing. But is it? Well, no. In the playground design, you're still being guided, just more subtly. The architecture uses what are called visual anchors. Think about that brightly lit bar in the distance, or a massive towering sculpture. They're placed very strategically at the end of these long curved walkways. Your brain just naturally navigates toward those big landmarks, and just like that, the house is pulling you along the exact path it wants you to take, right past all the highest earning games. But you see that beautiful open playground design? It created a brand new problem: air quality. Imagine a huge, smoky room with that many people. It would get unbreathable fast. So to solve this, casinos rely on a completely hidden environmental machine. And this system is just brilliant. Instead of blowing air down from the ceiling and just mixing everything around, fresh, cool air is actually pushed up from ducts under your feet. This creates what's called a thermal plume. Basically, it physically lifts all the smoke, the heat coming off the machines, and any odors, and sends them straight up to these massive exhaust grills in the high ceilings. It gets whisked away before it ever has a chance to spread sideways. And tied directly into this industrial-scale system is another layer of control: scent. They atomize essential oils right into the air ducts, creating a proprietary smell for that specific casino. This isn't just about covering up the smell of smoke. It's an olfactory anchor. It's designed to trigger a sense of psychological familiarity and comfort, making you feel at home. So, the layout keeps you moving, and the air keeps you comfortable. But what about the money? A casino floor is basically a bank vault where millions of dollars in cash are constantly out in the open. That creates a massive, massive security and logistics challenge. The industry has a name for the process of collecting all that cash from the floor. They call it the drop. And it's a daily, high-stakes logistical ballet that has to happen perfectly, without disrupting thousands of guests. The path of that cash is a machine in and of itself. Bills fall into a locked box, then heavily armed teams collect them, following a precise, mathematically mapped-out route. And the architecture itself supports this whole operation, with hidden corridors and restricted freight elevators that move all that money down to subterranean counting rooms, completely out of sight from the public. And watching over every single inch of this whole operation is the eye in the sky. Now, it used to be literal catwalks in the ceiling where security would physically walk around and watch players through one-way mirrors. Today, forget that. It's been replaced by a dense grid of thousands of high-definition pan, tilt, zoom cameras, all feeding into one massive high-tech command center. So when you walk onto that casino floor, every single part of the experience, the sights, the sounds, the smells, is designed to make you feel that exhilarating thrill of pure chance. But the reality is that underneath the carpets, inside the walls, and flowing through the air, absolutely nothing is being left to chance. Not a single thing. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
In a place where every variable, from the path you walk to the very air you breathe, is a deliberate part of a finely tuned physical machine, is the biggest gamble you take not at the table, but simply the moment you decide to walk inside?